The last topic we're going to look at in this section is how to name alkene stereoisomers. Now, we've already talked about using the cis and trans designation for alkene stereoisomers. However, the problem with cis and trans is that because of the way it works, there are some alkene stereoisomers that can't be named cis and trans. So therefore, the same scientists who invented the RS naming system also extended it to what is called the EZ system for naming alkene stereoisomers. The advantage of the EZ system is that it works for all alkene stereoisomers. To indicate the stereochemistry of an alkene using the EZ system, we actually prioritize the groups on the double bond using the same RS priority rules as used for chirality centers. However, unlike chirality centers where the four groups are guaranteed to be different, in double bonds, groups can be the same even though the double bond has stereoisomers. So in that case, identical groups would be considered to have the same priority. The other thing is that while we are going to prioritize all four of the groups attached to the double bond, we're really only going to be considering two groups that would be attached to the same carbon at a given time. So what we're going to do then is prioritize the groups, and then we're going to look at one carbon of the carbon-carbon double bond. We're going to look at the two groups and decide which group has the higher priority. We're then going to go to the other carbon, look at its two groups, and look at which one has the higher priority. We're then going to compare the relative position of the higher priority groups, one on each carbon, that we determined in step 2. We're going to look at how they are related to the bond axis of the carbon-carbon double bond, very similar to what we did in cis and trans. So if the two higher priority groups are aligned on the same side of the double bond, then the alkene is the Z stereoisomer. If they are aligned on opposite sides of the bond axis of the double bond, then the alkene is the E stereoisomer. Now, Z and E actually stand for German words because the scientists who invented this system were German. And in fact, in German, if we spoke German, this would be a super easy system to remember because Z, which is the designation when they're on the same side, Z stands for zusammen, a German word zusammen, which means same or together in German. So all they're really saying is they're aligned on the together on the same side of the double bond. And they're just abbreviating it as Z. E stands for the word entgegen, which means opposite in German. And so that means they're saying the groups are on opposite sides of the double bond, E. Now, for us, this can be sometimes a little hard to remember. This is exactly the kind of thing that I personally struggle with. So I have to invent little tricks to remember these kinds of things. In this case, what I do is I say this. The groups will be Z when they are on the same side of the double bond. In other words, I pronounce the word same with sort of one of these sort of, Hollywood German accents. It's not necessarily super respectful, but I don't mean any disrespect. It's just a trick I have to help me remember. So Z stands for same. E then would be the other one, which would be opposite. Here's an example then. If we look at this double bond, we have a carbon here on the left. It has a methyl group and a hydrogen. Between these two groups, the methyl group would be higher. The carbon group on the right has an ethyl group and a hydrogen. Again, between these two groups, ethyl would be higher priority. So I have these circled. If we then look at the bond axis, these two groups are on the same side, so that means this is the Z stereoisomer. By the way, this one we could also do cis and trans, and we would see the two hydrogens, for example, are on the same side. So this would be cis. If we look at this molecule then, we would be comparing the methyl group to the chlorine. So the chlorine would be the higher on the left carbon, the ethyl group to the hydrogen, the ethyl group would be the higher on the right-hand carbon. And so the two groups would be on opposite sides to each other. So that would be the E stereoisomer. Notice that because these groups are all four different, we don't have a group on one carbon that is identical to the group on another carbon to be able to compare. So we can't do cis and trans for this one. So this is an example of a molecule where we would have to do E and Z in order to designate stereoisomers.